Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, September 11th, 2024 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I value and hold space for the wholeness and holiness of every experience, and I show up with embodied presence. So, interesting energies today. We have some, as I knock everything over on my desk, we have some really strong, interesting energies today. We have some really strong Sagittarius and Pisces going on, and some Cancer and Virgo going on. And today always is a weighted day. It always has a little extra oomph for us, and that's kind of where I found the scope taking me. I spoke about it yesterday that we have Venus and Saturn in an inconjunct. We also have the moon in Sagittarius and Neptune in a square. And I realized that this moon-Neptune square is also dancing with the galactic center, which we will look at in a moment. But what I found, and what I've been feeling, and what I've been hearing from others, is there could be a lot of nostalgia coming up, moving through. Last night, I found myself just bawling about Mahalo. He's been gone for over a year, and I would, tear up, cry a little bit here and there, but like bawling. I also talked to my mom, and she was like, I'm homesick for you. And there was nostalgic energy. There was a lot of nostalgia going on. And I realized in this that this is part of this, the Saturn, Neptune finishing up in Pisces, processing some of these energies. But what I wanted to cultivate our awareness around is that there are sometimes entities, powers, that like to keep us in loops in regards to trauma. 9/11 was a very traumatic day for many, so many. And I see it resurface a lot when it comes around. And I think a lot of people are even sometimes shamed if they do not mention it, post about it. I tend not to, because I just have my own private experience about it, and that's okay, right? But I want you to be really aware of the energies that come up today, and if they're giving you a chance to experience it in a different way and stop any looping, because this looping is keeping us in our trauma. Now, there's some who want to stay there, and that's okay. That's a choice. But I personally do like to find the lesson and see where I'm called to grow and shift. And this is just one example of many things that could come up today, or in the next little bit as we build to this eclipse energy in Pisces, less than a week now, showing up and asking us, like, do you want to loop again? Or do you want to experience something else? So today, as we have Venus connecting to Saturn, Venus in Libra, hanging out with Lilith, you may choose to take an off-ramp and shift this energy. Now, again, this could be about so many things. With Venus and Libra, this could even be around relational situations, whether it's, lovers, loved ones, family members, friends, your relationship with God, universe. That's up in this eclipse. So you may find yourself, I'm going to choose to even ask the universe to show me a different version, to show me a different way that I can look at this, where I can, shift these energies. Presence is called for. You know how I know? It is rare that these two show up together. Not even just together, next to each other. My deck has 2 slowing down cards. Of course it does. Right? we've got the 2 slowing down cards. This is a turtle energy. It is embodied. It is slow. It is practicing awareness. The turtle is practicing awareness. And we're called to do that in this energy. The energies right now are really intense in the world. And I think it is building fear, which I think there's entities, energies out there who like to build that fear. But it is building fear. But we are always in creation. What needs to happen is going to happen. But how can we feed more loving, beauty-filled creation as we have Venus and Saturn in connection? Oh my gosh. So when it comes to the sign of Libra, Rumi was a Libra. I love Rumi. I lean into Rumi. Rumi is one of the most healing energies for me. When I need healing, I turn to Rumi, among other things. But healing mind. Pisces to me also feels very Rumi-esque, because Rumi was all about like union with the beloved, and the beloved could be another, but it's also God, spirit, universe. And so as we have these energies connecting, Venus in Libra, Saturn in Pisces, how can we let the beauty that is shine through all of this energy? How can we find the gratitude? Our daily card today, gratitude, which I'll read right now. Fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. You meaning divine love, source, spirit, God, universe, whatever you want to call it. How can I be a vehicle for you wherever I go? How can we find the beauty? How can we, I don't know, dance deeper into the beauty in this energy? Now, the thing that really kind of pulled this in was this realization of the galactic center, that we have Neptune currently square the galactic center. What is the galactic center? You know, the center of the universe, right? Of course it's in Sagittarius. Center of the universe. But it's definitely an energy that can represent pure potentiality, infinite possibilities. And so as we have Neptune, you know, dancing with this energy for a while, and it has been for a while, and the moon activating it, it's a reminder of how much choice we have and what possibility we bring forth with ourselves. We bring into our life, into everyone's energy that we meet, and that we feed into the world. What is this energy that you're wanting to bring forth, and can you? Now again, the Neptune energy, it can pull all these past things, all the past fears, all the past energies. There's so many of them, and if you are somebody who is extra sensitive, you may feel others' experience of this, and you may have your own from other lifetimes. I know that I work through a lot of that in myself, feeling a lot of, I don't know, pain, fear, trauma from other lifetimes that I'm working through in this lifetime, which is a very interesting process. But be aware of that in this energy, and be aware, in any given moment, we have the power to shift, and that needs awareness. It needs presence. And so I encourage you today, while you're scrolling or having your own experience with whatever's, showing up for you, is there a calling within you to shift this energy? The yacht is always so interesting. It's not a yacht, actually, but an inconjunct is always so interesting because we're not seeing eye to eye. But both, Venus in Libra wants to create beauty. Pisces wants to create beauty. Saturn's like, we have to deal with reality. That's the Saturn voice today. We have to deal with the reality of things. And yet Saturn in Pisces is like, but the reality works in the invisible just as much as it works in the visible. And there is some work to be done. There might be some shooting to do. The Saturn's shooting on us. Can you work in the invisible realm? Can you work in the etheric realm in this? And pull some of the divine into whatever your experience is with this. Now again, You might feel a little bonked over the head with some of these karmic energies as the moon and Saturn, or not moon and Saturn, moon and Neptune square. The moon is also pulling against Jupiter early in the day. And that could be like, it could be them working together and like, oh, we're going to open our minds. Or it can be a little push and pull. Like, this is what's happening. How do you expect me to feel good, feel happy, bring in joy? It's always possible. So, interesting energies. Now, how we end up the day is the moon's going to move into practical Capricorn. And then we're going to have an interesting meeting between Mercury in Virgo, hocus pocus focus, finishing up this Mercury retrograde energy. We're just about leaving the retro shade. We're almost out of it. But in its finale, it's connecting with Mars in Cancer. This can evoke emotion. This may make your mind spin with emotion. I'm not saying the emotion's bad. I think that feeling our way through things is really important. But once you feel your way through, how are you moving? How are you moving in supportive ways, in healing ways? I think that's a beautiful reminder in and through this connection with Mercury and Mars. Now, that's not going to be till the evening, but you might find anytime we have Virgo and Cancer dancing together, it can definitely evoke a lot of worry and fear and that kind of energy. The overthinking and over mentalizing and then over storytelling within ourselves, and that combined with like the energy the day itself holds just based on what has happened, and any place we're pulling from the deep with this energy, it definitely has a lot of energy in it. We also are building to Sun squaring Jupiter in Gemini. And this is getting things mentalizing as well. I remind you, my finger reminds you, where is it? There it is. See, it's healing. It is almost healed. So it's just a minor little cut. But I remind you, we get to corral the mind. We can direct it. We can steer it. Joe, through some of his harder times, would like ask me to remind him, steer, you know? So watch for these energies and watch that you, hello Lilith, are being one unto yourself. That you're not being steered, because I do think that there's a lot of steering going on right now in the world. You and Source are in this together. I love this combination of cards. The Magician, or the Existence card, and the Source card. You and Source are working together. Find the gratitude. Find the beauty. Find the healing. And again, sometimes that requires some pain to move through. But watch and see if you're getting stuck there and if you want to stay there. And if you do, that's okay. You know, some people don't want to move on from the things, but I just find that I do. I just find that I'm like, okay, I've learned, where do we shift to next? I think these two cards together are very important, though, to remember. I also like the Ripeness card. And the Ripeness card is like, it feels ripe. Thank you. Thank you, words. So helpful in this last day of Mercury in its retro shade. It just feels like it's like, none of these words are feeling helpful. I wish I could just make you feel the essence of what I'm feeling. It feels like taking a bite of a fresh new fruit. It feels like taking steps forward. It feels like something good and juicy and beautiful possibility on the horizon as we choose to opt out of the looping. So watch for the loops and see where you can feel through what you need to feel through, but then shift. This day is powerful for doing the work and shifting. And Gratitude is definitely going to be a piece of that, and I love this last little piece. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. Fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for wherever for you. Thank you, Mercury. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna throw this out. It's last chance for getting on my eclipse reading schedule. I do have weird little spaces that I can pop people in if you think that you want some support with the Pisces eclipse, the Libra eclipse, working through these energies. You can always book a general reading or something else as well. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and remember who you are, because all of us together are the solution. Namaste.